What's up, everybody? It's Harley here at EpicTube HD, coming back at you with another epic Metazoo video. We're going to be delving into some hot topics here, okay, in today's video. But we're actually going to be discussing pretty much Metazoo, where they're at right now, and content creators making Metazoo content, but not giving you the proper information. And we're going to go ahead and get right into this. I watch a lot of different content creators out there. Now, I know for Metazoo, the Metazoo world, you know, there's a lot of people out there that have been asking what is going on with Metazoo. We haven't seen any new product pretty much since native released in April. And that is a long time. That is a long time. Suddenly this summer, we get this out of nowhere. We get the news that war is being pushed back. We don't hear anything about SCP, and then this new set is going to be taking its place called Legacy. Those of us that are tied into the Metazoo world, okay, which is, you know, social media, Discord, Reddit, all that fun stuff, such as myself, I attend all the events. I speak to some of the Metazoo people when we're there, you know, the president of Metazoo, the CEO of Metazoo. And what's really going on is it was the announcement for a huge collaboration, and that was made during San Diego Comic-Con, all right? Metazoo times Sanrio. Now, here's the kicker. A lot of people out there were saying Metazoo's dead. They're not going to go anywhere. Sell your stuff off. Using eBay sales to say, look at, people are getting rid of their collections. They're getting rid of their investments. But let's tap into this first. Let's start at the very beginning. Okay, we're going to start with actually a Rudy video. Rudy recently made, now if you guys know Rudy's from Alpha Investments, he made a Metazoo video recently. He hadn't made one in a while. Some people take his video as being a negative. Some people don't think it was negative at all. Why aren't I being let known what's going on with Metazoo? Like, you know, I understand there was a collaboration and a partnership there, obviously, because they have a promo for him. But I guess he just believes he should have that information, okay, of what's going on. Anyways, he made the video just saying, where's Metazoo at? They got to make some, you know, some changes. Clearly, he had no clue about Sanrio. So I'm expecting to see a Rudy video soon about Metazoo collabing with Sanrio. I'm sure it's going to happen soon. Content creators, you know, everybody uses Rudy to make videos because they think he is the king of all kings, and he is up there. So piggybacking off that, he talked about we got to stop blaming Channel Fireball for issues, and I completely disagree. And that's because I don't see how you can still not see the effects Channel Fireball has on Metazoo today. For those that don't know, Channel Fireball was the sole distributor. They had sole control over both Metazoo and Flesh and Blood. They pretty much almost took down Flesh and Blood single-handedly. Flesh and Blood has bounced back and is doing okay right now. Metazoo, the same thing. They pretty much were taking down Metazoo. Metazoo was able to weather that storm. Here's the facts, guys. You're seeing a huge drop in Metazoo's Kickstarter boxes. Yes. They had went up to, you know, $10,000. There was all this big hoopla over it. Let's look back at that time frame, what was going on. I was in Pokemon still. I was looking at from the outside in at Metazoo. A lot of people who are investors, okay, these are people who are literally looking at shiny cardboard as nothing more than a stock, went in and really invested a lot in a lot of these Kickstarters. I mean, we're talking not only Metazoo, you're talking Maelstrom and Titan and Poliwag and a whole bunch of other Kickstarters, Cannabis and a bunch of other ones. They invested in all these TCGs looking for the next big money deal. Unfortunately, what happened, Channel Fireball, we're gonna go back to it now. Channel Fireball was hiding all the CN1 product, and it was hiding all the Nightfall product, being Metazoo's second set. This had such huge implications on Metazoo. People could not get Nightfall. I was not sent anything by Metazoo for Nightfall. None of the creators were sent anything from Nightfall. Why? Because there was no Nightfall. Supposedly, it was all sold out. Turns out, Channel Fireball was holding back to inflate prices. That is why Nightfall boxes were hitting $300 to $500. Cryptid Nation hit $1,000 first edition boxes. And of course, Kickstarter went skyrocketing up 10,000 plus. What has happened is Channel Fireball got bought out, TCG Player bought them out, and now TCG Player is owned by another company, and they all own them, right? Come to find out, there's a giant warehouse full of Metazoo product. So obviously they need to get rid of it, right? So they've been dumping it this whole entire summer. They've been dumping it on Card Shop Live. I mean, you're getting Nightfall booster boxes at $70. There's a ton of Cryptonation First Edition that was being dropped. Yes, this has a huge negative on the market. Well, you'll have so many people out there who think they know what's going on, saying that it's all Metazoo. They created all this negative publicity. Now here's the next thing, right? Metazoo is a niche. It's about cryptids. It's about the world of cryptids. Now, it's all fictional characters. Pokemon's fictional characters. All these TCGs were pretty much created on fictional characters. However, the cryptid world, there's a lot of people who really believe these things exist. There's a small niche group of people out there who believe they exist, and that's where Metazoo was going, right? However, it's also a very dark world. If Metazoo wants to grow, they're going to have to get beyond that bubble of that niche. They're going to have to get beyond that bubble of being able to bring kids in to this game. This is why they reached out and have done something with Sanrio. I'm going to go back to talking about content creators who don't know what's going on in Metazoo and are making these videos, and crazy enough, they're getting way more views, and it's hilarious because they're totally giving information that's not relevant to what is going on in Metazoo. It's just purely speculation. A lot of us knew what was going on. If you know anything about Metazoo, you know that Craig Taguchi, he was the vice president of retail business development, and his responsibility is for implementing new business strategies, okay? And he has come over and he is on the board of Metazoo. Those of us who are in this hobby, that are in Metazoo, know this. We knew this. So we already knew that this was all coming. This isn't something new. This isn't like, oh my God, what's going to happen to Metazoo? We were already aware of all this stuff. The announcement is out. Metazoo's collabing. Now we have everybody saying the sky is falling. I don't think Metazoo is going to completely change from what made it Metazoo. I really don't. I think we're going to enjoy this beautiful Halloween set. I think we're probably going to see a Christmas set from it. That's speculation, but I think that's what's going to happen. SCP, War. Will it be toned back a bit? I do think it will be. And it actually has been said by the president of Metazoo, Andy, okay? He did say that they're probably going to tone back some things because they need to reach the children. They need to reach kids and bring kids into Metazoo wanting to open it and love the art, love the cards. So there is going to be a small, slight difference probably artistically. That'll probably happen. But as far as the game goes, it's still an uber competitive game that is up there with Magic the Gathering. I mean, most of the players in Metazoo are for Magic, and they'll tell you it's not an easy game. It's not a Pokemon. You know, let's talk about Disney Lorcana. They tapped into this TCG world. Sanrio wants to do the same thing. Fine, but it's a complicated, it's a challenging game. It's a fun game. I don't even play the game, and I know that because I'm there at all the events and I witness it, and I've learned a lot about the game. So at the end of the day, for anybody out there making and creating content and saying Metazoo is dead in every video now, and it's the only way they're getting views on their videos, which is ironic because they've left Metazoo for the most part. All they do is talk negative about Metazoo or bring up negative things about Metazoo. It's the most funny thing. And then there's people like myself and other content creators, and we're trying to give you guys the information. We're trying to be positive about Metazoo. We're trying to tell you what's going on. We're trying to show you the fun stuff. We're giving away things. We're doing all this stuff. And there's a content creator out there that's calling out how the Metazoo content creators aren't getting views. And he's right. He's absolutely right. We're not getting support from Metazoo. We're getting no support from them. This is something I have brought up, okay? We're getting outdone by people who are outside of the Metazoo world who are pretty much keeping the negativity alive. And again, they don't even know what's going on in Metazoo. and they're telling audiences what's going on, and it's just totally not true. I mean, we can sit here and talk about eBay. We can go to 130 Point. We can talk about prices. The San Diego Comic-Con, they dropped 8 sanrio characters. You gotta remember now, people don't understand the ratio of those promos, but they're here to tell you what's going on because they see the Metazoo on eBay, and they're like, well, you know, this is the card that should be worth so much money, when they really don't understand things. I can tell you that Metazoo was shut down at San Diego Comic-Con. They were shut down by Comic-Con. That altered their promo giveaway. So let me just let everyone know out there right now, Hello Kitty is not the most rare promo out there. It isn't. There's actually another one that's more rare, and it's one that, it's funny, it's flying under the radar and no one cares, but it actually is the least promo given out, and it's still a loved character, but it's actually the most rare of all the promos. I think Hello Kitty's not even second. I think it might be third. It's either second or third. I can't remember exactly, but my sources, because I'm in the Metazoo world, that's what they tell me, who were there. You know, you listen to these other content creators, like, we should be getting this support here. But let's talk about eBay here. So today's September 11th. I don't like to always use the word free, because at the end of the day, most people had to pay a lot of money to get into Comic-Con. So they essentially paid for this card with their credentials getting in. But this card sold for $375 raw. Then we have some of the secondary characters through Sanrio that definitely sell for less. The average prices are still hovering anywhere between $40 and $60 for the other characters, which I think that's fairly decent, because there's way more cards in the Metazoo world that are far more rare, more valuable, way more than these Sanrio cards. These are definitely rare, but they gave out quite a few of these promos for 4 straight days of Comic-Con. So you have to understand that. So when you're listening to a content creator, you gotta take into that account. I personally think all content creators should have a responsibility when they're talking about eBay prices, they're talking about ratios and things like that. Now, Argos, you know, I can't compete with Argos. I've said it a million times. I am not a partner to Metazoo. I'm not privy to the inner dealings that go on that partners get because they sell the product, so they get information first. Unfortunately, that is my one flaw as a content creator. It's the one flaw of every content creator. You can go into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's the flaw of a lot of content creators. Most of the big content creators today in all the TCGs are all sellers. They pretty much brainwash everybody thinking that this is what's going big and this is what's going big, when people completely forget that they're selling that product. Maybe there's a reason they're pushing that product. Now, again, Argos is a friend of mine. I'm not saying that's what he does. I think Argos gives great prices, but he definitely gets the information first. So if you guys want to definitely listen to someone who gets information first, go to Argos. If I beat him to the video because I get the information, that's great. As a partner, they get information before we do. So that's valuable information to have, right? So we talk about eBay listings and prices. We talk about what's valuable, what's not. We talk about, you know, print runs. Why did Metazoo stop giving their print run information? Why did Metazoo print 100K of Wilderness and UFO? I was listening to another YouTuber recently talk about why they did that and how bad it was and terrible and all those other things. And, you know, if you understand how business is done, then it's easy to be the Monday morning quarterback. Easy to do that. It's easy to come on here and speculate and say all these crazy things. You would know that when the decision was made to print those, it was based off of numbers. What did I tell you guys at the beginning of this video? Cryptid Nation, First Edition, Kickstarter, and Nightfall supposedly being completely sold out and nobody can get it. So based off that data, what do you do as a company? Well, we got to print more because we're losing out. We sold all out. What do? We got to print more. That's pretty much the reasoning behind what happens when companies print more. Okay, I told you, Channel Fireball, really, their impact on Metazoo and even Flesh and Blood. But again, everybody, this just comes down to saying, listen, man, You know, I'm here to make Metazoo content. I'm trying to give you guys the best information. I would love to see a lot more support on our videos. I would love to see our view numbers beating all those anti-Metazoo people. They are right. They are right. Their videos get more views, and they spew more propaganda. They spew more speculative information that doesn't really help anybody out there, and all they do is just shit talk Metazoo is basically what most of them do. And it's crazy that their views are up, and the worst part is I go and I'll watch their videos to see what they're saying, so I know what's going on, and I see people in our community in their comment section, and I'm like, I don't see any of these people ever in my comment section. And it's like, you know what, we need to show the world that Metazoo is not dead. It is alive, and it is cooking, and there's a lot of epicness coming towards you guys. You know, support us here, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna definitely start trying to put out a lot more content. Hope you guys got something from it, and if not, I apologize, but I'm definitely gonna try and do my best to get more informative videos out there for you guys. I will be at the Dark Tower Mothman Festival. I've already started filming and making some cool stuff. I'm getting ready to make one of probably my most epic videos ever. I'm hoping Metazoo will support us a lot more from a content creation standpoint. That's my big goal, is that they'll do that for us, and we can start getting out there and growing this TCG that we love. Don't fear, everybody. I don't believe Metazoo is going to turn over and become nothing but, you know, sanrio characters. I think this is just part of the growth spurt. I think it's a short move for now. I think in the grand scheme of things, Mike Waddell's vision, the 20-year vision, is still ahead of us. Okay, 7 Seas is coming. We all knew 7 Seas was Asia, the Asia market. They're going into it. Legacy, they already announced it. They've already shown us cards, at least a developmental image of one. You know, the sanrio thing is going to help us get into there. I've been to Japan many times. It's going to be huge. I'm so excited, guys. Stick with me on this Metazoo journey, guys. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and again, look out for that Dark Tower Mothman Festival video coming, guys. And as always, have more epic adventures with me here at EpicTube HD, guys. Peace out.